What's up, world? My name is Cody Pope. I'm a musician and co-owner of a record label called Hellhound Publishing, and for those that know me, they know I love physical media, all kinds, music, books, movies, you name it, I probably collect it. I figured that in keeping the spirit of physical media alive, maybe it would be inspiring to other people to start showing off some of my hauls, and so here I go. A couple weekends ago, I went to Bullmoose in Salem, New Hampshire, and had to grab some CDs and some other stuff, so here's a little bit of what I grabbed. Up first is Old Boy on 4K. Anybody that knows me knows this is one of my favorite movies, and of course this is the original, so having a copy on 4K was pretty much a no-brainer. If you've never seen this movie before, even if you're the type of person that thinks that you don't watch foreign films, I implore you to check out Old Boy. Up next was the trifecta of Nas and Hit Boy's trilogy Magic 1, 2, and 3. Seeing these on CD was super exciting, so needless to say I had to pick these all up. Anybody that's a hip-hop fan, this is some of Nas's best work in my opinion, and I think that goes for a lot of music fans as well. Him and Hit Boy have two trilogies that they've done over the last few years. They did the Magic series and the King's Disease series. I fell in love with this Magic series right from the very first one, and so seeing these all together for the first time in person, I had to cop these. So make sure you support the real hip-hop, as they say, and pick these up wherever you see them. Next up was a really exciting one from the Mesthetics and James Brandon Lewis. This was a new pickup for me, but I've been checking out the Mesthetics now for a while because any band that features members from Fugazi is pretty much an automatic check in my book. Fugazi is one of my favorite bands ever, and I think that those musicians are profound in what they do, so seeing any project they're involved with is super exciting, and this project so far has yet to disappoint. It definitely has that Fugazi feel in terms of the songwriting and some of the guitar playing and the rhythm section, but there's also this great blend of like a jazz feeling too with the horn sounds. It's a really perfect blend of sounds. I would say, not to compare it to too much, but if you're a fan of Fugazi already, or if you're a fan of bands like Morphine, I think this would be a really cool record for you to check out. I'm only a few songs in so far, but I'm really excited to continue giving this one a spin. Next up is the new one from Spose, aka Spizzy Spose, one of the best rappers to come out of Maine. This guy is one of the hardest working people I've met. I've had the fortune of playing a bunch of shows with him over the years. As time goes on, his output of art just gets better and better and better. He has some really, really good choice cuts throughout his catalog, but I'm really excited to dive into this one. Seeing this on the shelves at Bullmoose is obviously super exciting, so make sure you go support all the New England artists, and if you see this record anywhere, go buy it. This one goes without saying, one of the greatest of all time, rest in peace, Jay Dilla. I was surprised that I didn't have this on CD, honestly. I did have it on vinyl and have it on cassette, so it only made sense to complete the trifecta and get it on CD too. If you haven't heard this record, or if you don't know much about it, this was the last record that Jay Dilla completed in his lifetime, and it's a truly beautiful work. It's a almost perfect listen from front to back. Once you get involved in it, it's easy to get lost in it and just have it kind of soundtrack your day. Being a Dilla fan, obviously this affected so many music fans around the world, so it also is a very emotional record to listen to too, but it honestly is something that I think a lot of people listen to, and not only do they find solace in it, but it also brings them a lot of joy because it's really truly beautiful music. So whether you're a hip-hop fan or not, I advise everyone to give a listen to Donuts from Jay Dilla. Rest in peace. This last one is really interesting to me. It's True Magic from Mos Def, who obviously goes by Yasin Bey now. But this was at a time when Raucous Records, the label that he was part of, got absorbed by Geffen Records. And so there was a lot of animosity, I guess you would say, between him and the label. And so this whole record got released really haphazardly. As you can see, there's no liner notes. It's just a clear plastic case. Months after the album came out, they re-released it with like a different track listing or a different track order. It was really weird. And on top of it, people that are fans of Mos Def and Yasin Bey tend to really have conflicting opinions on how they feel about it. Some people think there's some really good choice cuts. Some people really don't care for it at all. I find it really interesting. I'm giving it a fresh listen right now, so it's going to take a few listens for me to really form an opinion, but honestly, just as a music collector, I thought this was really cool to see this out in the wild, so I wanted to make sure I got my hands on it and added it to the collection. And if I find something that I really love about it, I'm going to definitely come back and tell you guys about it, because I will say that I got put on to Black on Both Sides and The New Danger when I was in junior high, and both those records had an enormous impact on me as like a music listener and my appreciation for the world and culture and whatnot. So yeah, check this one out if you can find it. So yeah, that was my haul from Bullmoose last time I went. Hopefully you guys thought this was cool, and I'm going to try and keep up with this whenever I get out to go pick up some new movies or some new music or new records or whatever the case may be. I know a bunch of you guys have been asking me about the 100 favorite albums video that I had teased a little while ago. I'm definitely going to try and get into that and start cranking those out soon too. I just want to be a little more thoughtful and do a little more research on all the records so that I can talk more about them other than just this is my favorite album and this is why I like this record. So stay tuned for those, but in the meantime, if you guys like these, drop a comment, let us know that you think it's cool, let us know that it was too long and you're sick of hearing my voice. Whatever you do, don't stop buying physical media. There's great movies to buy everywhere. There's great music to buy everywhere. Everybody has a CD player, even if they don't think so. DVD players are easy to get now. Blu-ray players are easy to get. 4K players are really accessible. Record players are super easy to get now. So don't let this music die. Don't let the art die in general. This shit is more important than collecting. It's really about preserving all this art and making sure that we don't lose it in the streaming generation. So with that said, long live physical media. Preach.